I've been seeing a lot on this app lately, talking about gun violence, talking about the Yonder pouches that some schools are getting that are where they are forcing students to put their phone in a cell blocking pouch that can only be unlocked with a magnet, disallowing students access to their phones in the case of an emergency, family emergency, a school emergency, anything. They do not have contact with their parents unless it is before school, after school, or at lunch. The main thing I've been seeing over the last few weeks is a simple chant stating, "You ban books, you ban drag, kids are still in body bags." This is a powerful message, and it's a powerful protest against lawmakers who are afraid that their own son or daughter learning about the queer community will make them queer. What's so bad about that? At least your kid is alive. It's calling out lawmakers who care more about what's in somebody's pants than their own children's safety. Having an opinion for or against the LGBTQ community is perfectly fine. You are allowed to believe whatever you want. If you believe gay people should not have a place in society, that's a little weird and socially unacceptable anymore, but it's your opinion. And as long as you're not being violent or hurtful towards this community, then what's the big deal? But it's not okay to spend the time and effort and money to ban queer media like books or drag races or anything like that when there are more important things happening in our country. Just this morning, I saw a 15-year-old talking about how their school is on the list and that they would make an update at the end of their school day if they are okay. But one line really stuck with me. "I'm a human. I'm a child. Stop school shootings." It's tragic that these are the things that we have to say, and yet nobody is listening. Instead of worrying about taking precautions during school and making sure that we are safe in a building that is supposed to be the safest building on earth for us, we should be safe at school. I saw another post today, and both of these posts will be linked. Banning phones is such a bad idea because then students can't call 911 or contact their parents to say goodbye if a shooting happens, or when a shooting happens. Relying on just teachers to call 911 would result in a much lesser reaction time, equaling in higher death rates. When something happens, you will not be able to say goodbye. Your family will never get a goodbye text and likely won't even know what happened until the police made contact with parents, which could be minutes up to hours later. You will be just another statistic because they do not care about the kids. They care about metal. I don't believe our gun rights should be taken away. That is not what I am trying to say. Our country, honestly, is built on the freedom to have a weapon to defend yourself and your family and your friends. But when mentally unstable teenagers, or even mentally unstable adults, get a hand on a weapon like this, they cause all of these tragedies we have been seeing. According to the Washington Post, more than 383,000 students have experienced gun violence since 1999 when the Columbine shooting happened. Since Columbine, there have been 417 school shootings. Columbine High School had 1,820 children attending school that day. In 2006, Lakeview Centennial High School had 2,020 children in school. In 2010, Alisal High School had 2,300 children in school. In 2012, Sandy Hook Elementary School had 420 children. Elementary schools experience this violence. Your first grader or your second grader, or hell, even your fifth grader, is having to go to school worrying about if their school is going to be shot up and if they are going to survive. Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, February 14th, 2018. There were 2,930 children in school. Robb Elementary School, May 24th, 2022. There were 500 children in school. Just a few days ago, Apalachee High School, September 4th, 2024, 1,760 children were in school. That doesn't even mention how many children have died. This isn't just, oh, there was somebody in the school and they had a gun. Gun violence, yay. This is children who have experienced real trauma in a place that they are supposed to be safe. 2022 had more school shootings than any year since at least 1999. 46 school shootings. The federal government is not tracking these school shootings. You would think they would. September 6th, 2024, Joppatowne High School. 0 dead, 1 injured, and 770 students present. Apalachee High School, September 4th, 2024. 4 dead, 7 injured, 1,760 children present. Guys, what are we doing? These are mothers. These are future mothers. These are future fathers. These are brothers and sisters and sons and daughters who are being killed because somebody got a hold of a gun. A 19-year-old man on February 14th, 2018, at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida, killed 17 people. Pearl C. Anderson Middle School, 2001. A 14-year-old boy held a revolver to a girl's chest and asked her whether she was ready to die before a bullet fired, grazing her hand. The Washington Post, in their data collection of all of these massacres, has found that at least 213 children, educators, and other people have been killed in school shootings, and another 472 have been injured. Why are we allowing this to go on? Why are we, instead of worrying about how to protect our children, the future of this country, the future of this world, instead of worrying about protecting them, we're more worried about taking away LGBTQ rights. We're more worried about taking away people's cell phones during school. Yeah, children are going to be on their cell phones, especially in high school. That's up to them if they want to ruin their future because they're not paying attention. But educators do not get to make the choice as to whether or not we get to keep our cell phones on us and accessible. Until you start paying our phone bills, you don't get to take away our phones. It's not right.